I found out about grad jobs not long after I came to Australia. And at the time, I was looking for a job and it didn't go well. And then I started doing some research about how people navigate the job market in Australia, especially international students. And then I found out about grad jobs, and I heard so many success stories. And I thought to myself that when I graduate, if I couldn't find my dream type job on my own, I could work with grad jobs. I recently joined a company called Recon as a financial data analyst, and it's going to be my third week next week.
I guess the question a lot of people are asking in their head is, Sanjay, he's got some amazing experience from Mongolia. People would probably think that you just easily get a job, right? Why do you think it wasn't so easy?
The reason it wasn't going well is that, first of all, I think I was just using a traditional way of like submitting resume and cover letters and wait for reply or any response. But probably last few years, the job hunting has evolved significantly and the process has changed a lot. And also when it comes to international students, we do not have the Australian experience. And also some other factors like the visa conditions, work authorizations, all these factors make it really hard for international students. But there are so many successful international students out there who got their wonderful jobs. So the question becomes like, what did they do? How do I become one of them?
And so things were a bit difficult. And then you kind of learned these new strategies, how to sell yourself well, and worked with our team.
That's right.
And so what happened after that?
After I got the training and worked with the coach, my mindset totally changed and my confidence level like surged, because I knew that what recruiters looked at, and I know that when I look at the certain job posts, I can see that these are the key values they're looking at. So in order to make my resume or my profile align with those requirements, I need to do those things. And also, most important thing was that present your values in a proper way. And also my confidence surged. These were the key factors that I think I was able to land a job in a short amount of time.
You came in, you got the coaching, you followed the new strategies, changed your mindset, you improved your confidence, you're ready to go and get a job. And then you went out into the job market. How did that actually look?
After I finished the training, I revamped my LinkedIn profile. I improved my resume and cover letter. I had my first resume written by my coach. And then after that, I learned a lot of things about like, okay, even though I got the training, there were some key values that I was missing when I was writing my resumes. So I also learned a lot of things. And then I started applying for a job. And overall, I think I applied around like less than 10 jobs. And I got my first interview in second week. And I got my like second round interview within that week, and I got the job by the end of the week. When I landed the job, the first thing I got was a phone call. And I knew that this is a screening phone call. And I have to, when I speak, I have to expressing like, I have a passion towards this company. And also I have this was a financial data analyst role. And I have to let them know that I have a passion to work as a financial data analyst. And those are kind of impression I tried to make. And also I did the follow-up as it was instructed during the training. I gave them a call. If they didn't answer, I sent them a text message. I emailed them and I got the interview. And after the interview, I sent them an email expressing that it was a wonderful opportunity for me to have this interview. I really appreciate the opportunity. And the following day, I got the invitation for the second round interview, because those things are kind of making me more making me kind of outstanding from the rest of the applicants, right? That they know that this applicant was asking about this question, so he might be more passionate about this role. Or those are kind of little things that you advise during the training. The management of the company really liked me, and I was able to land the job in the final round. I think it's just, all the credit is just to the coaches and the frameworks they taught me. Yeah, it really worked, and it really worked in a short amount of time. And another thing was that the affirmation. Every morning I've been like reminding myself that I'm gonna do this, and I will be the person like that. And it's really kind of what really happened was the actual thing I wrote in my affirmation. And it worked. I don't know how to explain that this kind of thing is possible, but that's the fact now. I've listened to so many podcasts about changing the mindset, but I've never done it in real life. And then as soon as I start a grad jobs program, I just did everything from the beginning as it was instructed. I didn't have any skepticism. I just did everything as my coach told me, because after following grad jobs like about 2 years on social media and heard so many success stories, I didn't have any skepticism at all. So I just did the job, and it worked. I think it's just it probably highly depends on the mindset or skepticism about the person as well. If someone probably not 100% sure about the potential results, probably it's not going to work like it worked for me. For me, I felt like I was doing the right thing 100%. I'm going to do it because it's going to work for me 100%. That was kind of my mindset since the beginning. And also, these skills are not gonna be unique to the job hunting. I think these are the skills that can be applied to many different areas of our lives, and probably it will be kind of my approach towards everything for the rest of my life. If we could really imagine about our desired result, and if we really could remind ourselves that we are capable of doing that, the things will come. When I was working as a consultant, I knew that some of the clients always are skeptical about the frameworks that consultants recommend them, right? And also they say that the result is not that good. The thing is, they do not trust the process. They do not do the job 100%. And the lots of things that especially the big consulting companies recommend is based on the research done for like thousands of companies all over the world, right? So those frameworks are extremely valuable, but some of the companies just kind of do not understand the true value. And I think when I was working as a consultant, that's something I understood, and I didn't want to make same mistake that others did. So when I started this program, I didn't have any skepticism. I thought to myself that I have to do the job and it will pay off the dividend. That was kind of my mindset ever since the beginning of this program, and I'm still so happy about it.
If we had to give some tips to people watching, like maybe they're in a similar position to what you were in, where they came for a master's or a bachelor's overseas and they're struggling with the job market, what would you tell them?
If you try to understand the whole thing, meaning that the recruitment industry in Australia, specific to Australia, it may take a lot of time. If you try to figure out everything on your own, it's going to take a lot of time. It's probably better to work with a professional coach so that you will have the well-planned approach that worked for probably hundreds or thousands of individuals. And if you just do the right thing, following the framework that's been proven, it's going to pay off the dividend in a certain amount of time. But if you decide to do it on your own, there is no guarantee that you will get the result you desired in any time. So at the end of the day, it's just your decision whether to work with the coach or not. But the difference would be you will be able to understand lots of important principles in terms of how recruiting process is how the recruiting process is carried out. And if you don't understand that part, you won't be able to meet the requirements that recruiters have, right? So if you really want to save your time, if you really want to get your dream job in a shorter amount of time, it's better to work with the professionals, because this industry itself is not stable. It's very dynamic, because there are a lot of applicants out there applying for the same job. So you need to make sure that you have to stand out from the crowd and get the job. In order to do that, you have to be invested. You have to understand the principles, and you also have to be really proactive. So all these things are really tiresome if you try to from my experience, I tried to do it on my own, and I felt frustrated. I felt hopeless. I also thought about giving up. But once you got the right principles, frameworks, it's gonna make sense, and that will make surge your confidence. So that's the main difference. So it's up to you. But working with the coach really is something you should consider, especially nowadays. If you do not understand what the recruiters look at, there's no way the recruiters will choose you for the next round interview or something. It's very complicated. So it's also up to you to make the right decision. I would say that even though you have the outstanding profile, if you don't do the right thing, if you don't follow the right approach, it's not going to work. So I thought I don't want to wasting my time like this. So I just decided to work with the grad jobs, and I think this was the right decision for me to make. And because when I talk to other people who were looking for a job, they all say that they have been looking for a job 3 months, 6 months, some even say a year, right? but I didn't want to be end up being one of them. So I just decided to work with the grad jobs because I've been maybe there are so many other career coaches out there, but the grad job I have been following you guys almost like 2 years, and I've heard so many success stories and on this podcast, and I didn't have any reason not to work with grad jobs, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made ever since I came to Australia.
That's very, very generous. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you feel that way.
Job hunting, it's not just about like submitting the resume or applying for a jobs through LinkedIn or other websites. It's most important thing is it's very simple. It's just like sometimes we make a lot of mistakes like during our everyday conversations, right? We fail to express ourselves in a proper way. So if someone out there looking for a job and it's not going well, it doesn't mean that you're not qualified. It means that probably you're not applying a right strategy when it comes to job hunting. So if you have the skills, if you have the experience, and it's not going well, it's not you, it's the strategy you are using. So it's better to understand that strategy and work with the coach, and so that your result will be like instantly changed. You will get the result. You will, because on the other hand, there are lots of statistics say that Australia has a shortage for so many occupations. And on the other side, you are looking for a job and you say you have the skills, experience, and you can't land a job. So there's a disconnect between them. So that thing that will connect these two dots is that the strategy. You have to contact the recruiters and be able to present your values in a proper and professional way. That's the missing thing. So I would encourage anyone out there who is struggling with job hunting, work with the professionals who knows how it works, and you will get the result in a shorter amount of time. And don't waste applying for a job without any strategy, any passion. It's not gonna work, because there are so many other people who have gone through this, and they mostly like lost their hopes and felt like they're not qualified enough for the job. So it's not true. So if you just apply the right strategy, it's gonna work for 99% of the time.
How can we make grad jobs better?
Well, I didn't see anything that needs to be improved. I just want that, like, especially like people surrounded me to work with my grad job teams, right? But in terms of your improvement, I don't know. When I enrolled the grad jobs program, I have to do everything myself with the help from their coach, right? So I think that's the most proper way, because some people, they were expecting the coach to do the things for them, but I think that's not how it's supposed to be, because when it comes to technical skills, when it comes to background experiences, it's something that the customer must have in the beginning. Because what coach will do is to guide you to get the location, to get the destination in an optimal way. It's like, I don't know how to code, but my coach will teach me coding. It's not going to work that way, but my coach will help me to how to present yourself, how to present your value to the right job when applying for a specific job, right? So I think that's something really important about the grad jobs, and that's something I really liked it, because while I was working my LinkedIn based on the training, while I was working on my resume and cover letter, I grasped the concept. And then when I got those concepts, I feel like it's gonna work, because because the principle makes sense, because the framework makes sense. So it should work. So it's like before I understood that, my confidence was like kind of medium. But after I got the concept, I felt like it should work because it makes sense. And that's how it started and how it paid the results. Yeah. I would say that overall, the grad jobs program is perfect.